Hey folks, and welcome to the Pipnotic Symposium. Today we are going to talk about currency strength, more specifically the currency strength reversion algorithm. So this algorithm is an automated trading robot. It trades currency strength and it uses a lot of the data you can see here in the currency strength histogram at the bottom of the chart. And what the software is doing is identifying the beginning and the ends of cycles. So if you consider this price chart here, this is a pound Canadian dollar. We had the end of a bull cycle here, and this lines up nicely with this little price point here. So price was going up, the histogram, the currency strength was going up, and we reached a price point where we can expect price to move down, move lower. And it moved and it turned around here, which is exactly where the histogram pierced this line down here. You can see the red line I've just marked off here. This lines up nicely with the positive and the negative divergence lines here. And so what we're seeing here is the completion of a cycle where we have price moves from a high price to a low price, and the histogram is doing something similar where it's moving from a high reading to a negative reading, like so. When this happens, typically price will begin to accumulate positions to drive price higher. As we can see here, price has reached this negative territory. We can anticipate a bull cycle beginning. Now, we're not looking on any other time frame besides this 4-hour chart, so we don't know if the major trend is moving up or if it's moving down. And this is very important. We want to know what, for example, the weekly chart is doing, so that we know if we should be buying or selling longer term with this particular pair. What we can see very clearly here is we had a very nice convergence with price reaching this very high level, lining up nicely with this positive variant reading just here, and then here we have the negative variant reading at a price point where we're moving towards this area of demand just down here. Then price turned around and started to move away. The algo-trader was initially a tool that I could use to help me validate the effectiveness of the histogram that you can see at the bottom of the chart. And I went one step further, and instead of just drawing visual objects on the chart, well, it actually starts to open trades. This is my typical setup. So I'll have a price chart up here, I'll have the histogram here, and the histogram will have the same configuration as the algo-trader, which is attached to the chart on the right. And I have nothing else attached to the chart here. I only have the expert advisor running over here. And so what I want to see here is I want to see a visual representation of the readings of the algo-trader. So if we have a quick look here, you can see that these values mean nothing to you but to me and the other users of the software and the software itself. If this is set to 300 and this is set to about 2.8, price will normally turn around pretty nicely with a high degree of accuracy when it reaches this area here. And this is one currency pair. This is the pound Canadian dollar, but it works on all currency pairs. It doesn't matter what it's looking at. And so I have the same settings set over here where I have 300 on the mean periods, and I have a modifier which is set to 2.8. And so now I can see where the robot would have traded. And you can see here very clear examples. Two robot trades. The one was a sell up here, the other one was the buy just down here. The beauty of it is that you can either use it to visually show you where you want to trade, or you can use the expert advisor to actually open the trades for you if you're not in front of your computer. And this, I think, is quite powerful because we don't always want to be sitting in front of the computer, and so it's nice that we have some kind of utility that we can use to help us get into trades that we can then later manage. But it's a very powerful tool. If we have a look at the configuration here, what it's doing is we're scanning time frames between the 4-hour and the 1-hour. Okay, so I can say, for example, I want it to scan everything from the weekly to the 1-hour, and I want it to take trades based on these time frames. And I find the most accurate is from about the 1-hour or 4-hour and up. At settings at least 2.8 or higher, and the mean periods is 300. So what it's doing is it's scanning each of the symbols in this market watch window on each of these time frames, and when it finds something that it likes, well, then it trades into those moves. So if price is rallying into a very positive reading, then it's selling in anticipation that it's the end of a bull cycle. If the histogram moves down into a very negative territory, then it's anticipating the end of a bear cycle, and then it'll buy. And this is working with a very high degree of efficiency. So it's just a very beautiful tool that enables us to get into trades at turning points in the market that are pretty profound. And if you're looking at the end of weekly cycles or daily cycles, then these are typically very major turning points in the market, in the beginning of bull runs and bear runs. Well, if you're interested in getting your hands on the Algo Trader, I have good news for you, and that is that it's free. If you're a member at Pipnotic and you've been with us for at least 6 months, you can get it for free. And so you can either have 6 consecutive months of membership. This will qualify you as a user. You'll get this robot for free. But also, if you sign up for a 6 month or a yearly membership with Pipnotic, then you'll also get it for free. If you have any questions, please send them in, and don't hesitate to shoot me an email if you have any questions about anything I've said today. Thanks again for watching.